Alright, so I am going to be making kind of like a tutorial video on how to dye your hair with Kool Aid, except my son wants me to dye it while it's in a mohawk. So it adds a little bit more challenge, and I haven't seen a video with anybody that has done that before. So I'm just kind of making this up as I go along. Yeah. So first, he wants the color. What color do you want? Red or blue? Red? He wants color red. So what we're going to do is first of all, you're going to need a bowl that you don't care about, which just happens to be like an old sandwich meat dish. A spoon that you'll be able to wash really, really well, or that you can throw away. This just happens to be the one that I have. Kool Aid, obviously. And you're also going to need conditioner. And a cup of warm water. Now, if you're doing longer hair, I would say that you would need saran wrap, but since how his hair's short, I don't have to. So what you need to do is you need to take the Kool Aid and dump it into your dish. And then you need to put the conditioner in with the Kool Aid, because this is going to turn into a paste, and that's what you need it to be. And the amount of conditioner, you're also going to need to put in a little bit of water, not much. So far, this is what I got. Ooh. And you stir it up. Now you're going to want to turn it into a paste, so it's not too watery. And you just stir it around a bit. A lot of people use paintbrushes to do this. I do not have any that don't have any paint on them. So what I'm going to do, need more conditioner in that. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to get some gloves, because you do not want to do this with your bare hands. Your hands will get dyed, whatever color that you're working with. Alright, and because I'm using red, what it should turn out, if you use red as well, is it should come out like a tomato pasty thing. That's what you want it to be like. And it smells really good.
It does?
Okay, so I don't have any gloves. But at this point, you have made your paste. And I just finished breaking my sunglasses. Like I said, he wants it in a mohawk. And so I'm just going to put gel at the bottom, just enough to make it stand up. So, make sure his hair is combed. Once you have your hair combed out, you then make your lines to start combing it to the middle of your head where you want the mohawk. In this case, I know I'm kind of parting his hair funny, but it'll all come together, don't worry. And to make sure that you don't comb it back to where you had it before, just kind of comb it to the side and then forward if you don't already know how to make a mohawk, which I'm sure a lot of people do. And then just grab a little bit of the gel, and what we're using is the Monkey Brains Psycho Stick. That's his favorite. Or Psycho Sticky, sorry. And just a little bit, because like I said, you don't want it going through all of his hair, just down here, because he just wants the tips. Because I don't know for a fact, but I don't think hair gel will stick The dye will stick through hair gel. So then all you need to do is just kind of pinch it along, attempting to make somewhat of a mohawk shape. Because you can always gel this afterwards. You don't have to worry about it. Alright, like I said, just make your mohawk. And if you're afraid that you got any hair gel up top, just kind of try to take all, rub it to get as much of the hair gel that you think you got on there off. In this case, I'm going to use paper towel, so kind of wipe it off. And then, I don't have any gloves, so I'm just going to kind of wrap the saran wrap around my hands. And then you can just take your paste, okay, and just get a little bit out, and just kind of go like this through his hair, and just keep doing it until you have a good amount on the hair.
And the tips.
And don't worry if you mess up a little bit, because you can just go further down in it, which is what I'm going to end up doing. I'm going to end up going down to here. So I'll basically be dyeing his whole mohawk. I'm going to wash my hand off first. Now I'm just going to dye his whole mohawk because he keeps moving and I keep screwing up. So I've never done this before. This is just kind of, like I said, it's a learning experience for me. Usually I use actual hair dye, but this is a cheaper way to get funky colors in your hair because Kool Aid is only like 10 cents a pack. So get down and just kind of rub it in. Make sure it gets you get it in there really good. Don't worry if you get it on your scalp; they're not gonna see it anyways. Don't touch. Yes, yes, you. Now, I have totally screwed up his mohawk, as you can see. And in this case, I'm just going to go like this. And stick his mohawk back up. I'm going to kind of use the paste as hair gel. Because he only generally wanted the tips, I just figured out a neat idea, which I'm pretty sure will work. Sorry, I'm just trying to make his mohawk straighter. Alright, so I'm going to take a couple of paper towels, because he did only want it on the tips. I'm taking a couple of paper towels. That way, this will actually give it kind of a faded look. And I'm just going to fold them so it looks like this. And just start at the bottom of the mohawk and push up and try to get as much of the Kool Aid out as possible. That way it won't be as dyed down here and it'll be like brighter up there.
No, I like it like that.
So like I said, all I'm doing is I'm rubbing it like this, and like most of it will come off. That way you get the majority off off this part. When you do that, just fold it over again. No need to go get a new paper towel and do it again to the back. Now, when you get to the mohawk, don't squeeze, just kind of lightly wipe. That way you still have a lot up here, and you don't have as much down there. You know, those, throw them away. You don't want them to touch anything else. And that is his mohawk. Now, when it comes out, see up here it still has a lot. You'll want to let this sit. And if you're doing this also on your kid, do not let him touch his hair. Generally, you should just, like I have him right now, just sitting here listening to his music. Not let him touch his hair because you do not want to get this Kool Aid all over your house. I'm going to let this sit, and then later tonight he's going to take a shower, and he's going to wash his hair. Now this won't come out because he's not going to scrub, but you have to let it sit. A lot like hair dye, you have to let it sit. A lot of people let it sit overnight, but as I'm sure most of you know, mohawks don't stay in after you go to sleep. So I'm going to let him take a shower later on, and then his hair up here will be dyed, and his hair down here will not. And there you go. That's pretty much how you dye your hair with Kool Aid.